Hello everybody, it's Jen. I'm back with another design team project for Not Too Shabby Shop. Today I'm going to be making this adorable Halloween card using the Miss Ink stamp called Boo Crew, and I am in love with these little critters. So if you're not familiar with Miss Ink, they are a newer stamp company and Jamie recently started carrying them in the shop. So I thought I'd go ahead and use one of their products to create something and share with you. So there's going to be a lot of white on this card given all of our little critters are in little ghost costumes. So I decided to start my coloring with my pops of color. And so I wanted to use this teal color combination because I'm in love with it right now. If you've watched my videos lately, you know that I'm using this BG78, BG75, BG72, and sometimes I throw a couple of the other close markers in there. But I've been using this for a while now. These are newer color combinations for me, and I'm absolutely loving the color. So I'm just going ahead and laying down the lightest marker first because I just wanted to see where I was going to want this teal color. Originally, I wanted to do the kitty cat black, given I have two black cats, but you'll see here once I get this colored up that I do decide to go ahead and color the kitty in this teal color because I wanted each of the little characters to have this color somewhere on their presence, just to tie in those colors with all of the images. So I realized I needed to do the little basket for the bunny, and can I just point out how cute that is, that it is carrying a little Easter basket with little egg chocolates in it. So adorable. And then I decided to do the bag for the little raccoon as well as the pumpkin on our little snail here who's dressed up as a pumpkin ghost. I didn't want to bring in orange. To be completely honest, orange is not my favorite color. I do love it for fall and for Halloween, but I was keeping it to this two-color palette for this particular card, so decided to just color up his little pumpkin costume. The round part anyway is purple, and then I will leave the little ghost costume over the body of the snail white. So I'm just going in, laying out my darkest marker, then blending that out with my mid-tone, and then finally the highlight color. So I'm using V09, V17, and V15 for the purple. I cannot get over how adorable these images are. That kitty little Halloween trick-or-treat bag is the most adorable thing I think I've ever seen, and even cuter that a mouse is holding a kitty cat trick-or-treat bag. So now we're going to start moving on with our cool grays, and I'm going to do the black here first. So I'm using C9, C7, C6 to do the rings on the raccoon's tail and also his foot. Once I get that done, I'm going to bring in my C5, C3, and C1 marker here. I think everything today for coloring I used a 3-color blend, which is nice for some quick, easy coloring. These images are quite tiny, so I didn't feel the need to bring in more than 3 markers. And honestly, for a lot of it, you could get away with a 2-color blend. So to give our little ghosts here some shading, I'm laying in that C5 sparingly and then using more of the C3 to blend that out, and then really using the C1. I did bring in the colorless blender here just to blend that all in nicely. It gives it that really nice soft look of white when you add the blender marker on top of the other C colors. So for the little bunny, I did keep in all the coloring of their ghost costumes, even though it's fairly similar, but I do know that when people purchase stamps, they sometimes just like to see how others color them and where to put the shading and stuff. So I'm going to color the bunny here, and then I will also do the raccoon and the little snail as well, just for those of you who are interested in seeing how I colored each of the little ghost sheets here, which super cute. So just doing the same thing. I won't keep repeating myself, but I also made this card where I colored the little ghosts in different colors. And I would have shared it with you, but I got a little happy with the stickles and put way too much glitter on it. So I decided to recreate the card again and love just this kind of simple white color for the ghosts and then those pops of colors. But you could definitely really play this up and have the ghosts be different colors. I think that would be super cute. Once I do get the coloring done, I will bring in some details as normal. I'm going to bring in my black glaze pen and my white gel pen here in a second, but I also bring in the Nouveau Shimmer pen, and that just gives a little bit of glitter on the costumes, which just adds a little something extra seeing this is such a monochromatic card. But I really feel like the purple and the teals bring that pop of color so the images stand out on the card. I had a ton of fun creating this card and wish I had more time to create with this stamp set because I absolutely love it. To finish off the coloring, I'm just bringing in some warm grays, the warm gray 5, the warm gray 3, and the warm gray 1. I'm just going to have the bunnies be white as well, and one bunny, one mouse be gray, not gray, white. But I want to use the warm grays so that it's different from using the cool grays for the little sheets that they have over them as they're dressed up as their ghosts. So here's where I'm bringing in the black glaze pen. I'm doing their eyes as well as the eyes on the little kitty cat bag, and then I'm coloring in the pumpkin's eyes and the mouth in the black as well, just to keep the coloring consistent. Now I'm going to go ahead and create the background. So I'm using my English brick stencil. This is from MFT. I love this stencil. I get so much use out of it. So I'm just adhering my Bristol Smooth cardstock to the back of the stencil with some post-it note tape here. This will hold it in place enough for me to do my ink blending. I wanted it to look like it was night out, so perhaps it was a White House, or like I was almost going for like a dark industrial building look so that it's not like they're at a house, but maybe they're trick-or-treating in the alley. Just given that they're little critters, I thought that that would be fun. So that's where I got my inspiration for this card. So I just went ahead and I used the hickory smoke as my first layer. I wanted to leave a gradient in the amount of ink that I was doing. I wanted it to be brighter in the center and darker on the sides. So once I got that hickory smoke down, I came in with the black soot. And then to finish off, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more black soot to the edges of my card panel. I didn't want there to be any white showing at the edge of the card panel itself. So I'm going ahead and blending that around all of the sides except for the bottom because I am going to be covering that up anyway, so I don't really need to worry about that. Then I'm going to make sure I have most of the ink off of my brush here and bring that color out. Love makeup brushes for the ease of cleaning with a microfiber cloth. And now we can move on to creating the card. So this is a little sidewalk die. This comes in the City Block die set from MFT. It has some buildings with it as well. It makes it so easy to create a sidewalk. I don't know if you can see the embossed detail on camera, but it does have little angled lines in it to represent the sidewalk. I'm also bringing in the Shut the Front Door die from Lawn Fawn and just cut out a piece of black cardstock with a stitched rectangle die. You can just cut out a scrap of cardstock for this. I just wanted it to be behind the door itself. So I'm adhering that directly to my card panel, and then I'm going to add some liquid glue to the sides of the door. I am going to pop up the door, so I only want to adhere the door frame for now. I'm going to put some weight on that with my acrylic block. I did let it sit there longer than what I showed you. And then I went ahead and cut out the little door handle with some mirrored silver cardstock. And this comes with the Shut the Front Door stamp die set itself. So it just adds a little detail, which I think is fun. So I did need to let that door sit a little bit longer before I could go ahead and add the foam tape to the inside of the door. I did double up that foam tape, so it's 2 layers. And I just want that to be at the edge of the door. I want there to be a slight raise in the door, like it's kind of open, but I don't want you to be able to see inside a lot because I want it to kind of create that mystery of who's actually inside that door, just because it kind of looks like the little bunny ghost isn't really sure if they should be trick-or-treating at this door or not. So I just wanted to add a little bit extra glue to the left-hand side of the door there. I'll let that sit a little bit and then I can go ahead and start adding my images. So I want the little raccoon to be like he's the bravest and he is making his way inside the door to get his Halloween candy. So I am going to place him so that he's kind of inside the door a little bit. I did pop all of these little critters up on some foam tape just to give them some dimension. Then I'm going to figure out my placement. I wanted to have the little bunny behind the raccoon, almost like with her arm in the air, that she's either saying like, stop, don't go to that house, or trying to pull the raccoon back, or whatever. I mean, you could create whatever story you want for this little card. I just love these little images. So I wanted her behind the raccoon, then I went ahead and adhered the other two. Wasn't sure where I wanted this spider, so I brought in these little die cuts that I have. I have a ton of Halloween stuff in my stash and I really want to use it up. So I pulled out these little wood signs. One says danger and one says keep out, and I wanted to make it look like someone had decorated the door for Halloween. So here's where I'm going to decide on the placement for my little spider. I thought about putting him up on the danger side, but then decided to put him to the left-hand side of the card just to balance out and have some white on that side. Needed to use my adhesive eraser there where I got some glue where I didn't want it, and then I can go ahead and stamp my sentiment. There's lots of cute sentiments in this stamp set. There's one that says haunted hellos, which I really wanted to use. Boo to you, have a beautiful day. But I really wanted to use the trick or treat one for this card just because I think it makes the most sense given that they're looking for their little candy here as they're at this door. So stamp that a couple times with my Versafine Clair Black Onyx. No, that's a mix mash of both. My Versafine Clair ink. And then here's where I'm bringing in the Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen just to add a little bit of glitter to our critters. Glitter critters, kind of a bit of a tongue tie there. That's the card for today. I hope you like it. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I think it is so cute. You can see that adhesive a little bit by the door, so I was thinking I might just take a black Sharpie marker and cover that foam tape. Here's a couple videos to keep you entertained until my next video. I hope to have some more Halloween cards to share with you soon. I usually do a Halloween card series, but I just haven't had time this year. But hoping to do a few more projects, and then it will be soon time for holiday cards, which I can't wait to start. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye!